the Tundras tournament on hollow fields. The teams are blue and red versus yellow and green. Blue is Karma, and red is Loothill versus yellow Resurrection and green Keith+52. I'm joined by Thunder.
Hello, guys. Trying to say right off the bat there, Loothill and Karma both competing for the same convert rather than keeping to their own lanes. So that should set them back a little bit on the next convert. So it might be a little bit more of an advantage for Keith just to capitalize on the middle here.
Absolutely.
Every little bit of mana counts significantly at the beginning. So you want the bigger clumps as early as possible to get more clumps. But at the moment, it's all looking pretty fair. Red's quite quick at getting the hut plans actually built, and straight away, Fire Warrior hut is down. He is not taking any chances this game.
That's smart. I think early defense, especially in a tournament game, is a wise decision.
Everyone focusing on getting their towers and Fire Warrior huts down, it seems. Well,
yeah.
I say everyone, but Loothill and Karma's team definitely are.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have towers and fire warriors very quickly.
Going to make the initial attack a bit more expensive for Keith+Dani's team, but they are catching up, and by the time the earthquakes are out, who knows, both teams might be up and running with defense.
Exactly.
But Karma is the first to get the troops out. Sorry, Loothill is even.
Yeah, the trick is if both the shamans are dead, you can ghost those towers pretty easily and still get in the base. So
Indeed. It's interesting the spell choice I can see that Karma's going for here. It's a very defensive play. He's obviously looking for the long game, which I think might pan out well for him because I think both Loothill and Karma are both very good in the long game with their troop counts and survival.
yeah, I think the wood is going to play an important part here if the game goes long. I think Keith and yellow almost seem like they're running out of wood already.
Well, Keith is famous for his early aggression, and so far his early aggression is going to cost him just to get in past Shaman. He's got quite a lot of defense to pass. We'll see what happens now. It looks like he's tempting a bit of aggression.
Here comes Keith.
Okay, so he's going to chip away at him.
Yeah, he's going to open up with a tornado. I'm sure Danny's charging the earthquake then. You know, Loothill's got 2 lights loaded up already, but he's being cautious with using them.
So it looks like they're desperately trying to maintain the integrity of their base for as long as possible.
Well, if no team is going to have an easy entrance to the front, I think that's going to mean an early side door.
It does look like it.
Because I'm sure the teams are going to use their mana on whatever defense looks the weakest.
There goes the 2 lights. They haven't worked out for him.
Wow.
But one of the Shaman goes down. He gets Keith. So now it's Loothill and Dani left to battle it out.
Karma's going to put a shaman in the hut.
No, it's Karma is blue. Sorry, my bad.
Yep, Karma's blue, Loothill's red.
Indeed. Karma has found some time to just chop away some wood and keep a Shaman alive.
Yeah, let me take a look at the building of both the teams here. Looks like Karma has the most huts, but I think it's wiser to focus on upgrading in this map right away.
Absolutely, and The wood now on Karma and Loothill's side has just been trimmed down. So I should expect to see some pop growth very soon for both of those. And Keith goes down again. And Danny goes down. That gives Karma a chance. See if he can get in now. All the Fire Warriors going for it. Even taking out the Fire Warriors is a fantastic hit.
It is. That's going to hurt them a lot. I think Karma's got the possibility for 2 earthquakes here. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. A little bit too eager. I would have focused more on killing those Fire Warriors. That would have settled me quite happily.
Absolutely. You had the high ground. If you just stood on that hill, you could blast them.
Well, look, Keith's down to 1 Fire Warrior, so a second attack on that should be quite a similar result.
Well, that's unfortunate for blue and red that Karma couldn't get that earthquake off.
Sure. I mean, even doing it just behind that tower that Keith's got where his shaman is now, just to clear the trees, it's significant if you can take that out.
Looks like red is still going for the heavy light strategy. He's going to try to get blue in here.
He really wants blue in, doesn't he? Let's see if the lights pan out for him this time. They haven't really been in his favour so far.
No, they haven't. There's something to be said about continuing to spend all your men on lights. You know, especially if both Keith and Danny are charging destructive spells.
Well, it has taken out one of the shaman. The last few duels we've seen here with Keith, he's been the first to go down, so let's see what Karma can do here. I mean, if I had to assume anyone was going to be the carry on a shaman playing it, it would be Keith. But so far, we haven't seen what Keith's shaman's all about. Keith's doing a push here, it's starting to recoup his losses.
Yep, he's just taking out the Fire Warriors patiently.
Indeed.
I'm sure he's got a tornado. He's going to want to try to use on that tower. Ooh.
Oh, he popped away there.
Yep, he sure did.
I wonder if the pressure's getting to him or the lack of sleep or if it's becoming father. I mean, looking at the bases, the upgrading is going on quite well.
On both sides?
Everyone. I'd say Keith is the only one who hasn't put any effort into upgrading at this point. Although there are a couple with wood, I think they're empty.
Alright, Karma's going to have another opportunity here. There's not nearly as many Fire Warriors. Well,
Loothill's doing what he can to keep the Fire Warriors off of blue.
oh, that's smart.
One earthquake will do for now. He does get 2 hearts and a tree, which is fantastic to have.
Yeah, that was a good earthquake. Especially on this map, earthquakes sometimes don't do a lot of damage, so anytime you're getting multiple huts and a tree, that's a great earthquake.
Looking at wood, so the Loothill Karma team has got a good chain of command going on. They don't seem to be killing very much, and they're both trimming away. So the teamwork there seems to be working out. Looking at Resurrection's base, there's a lot of wood there. It seems like Keith's not really competing for it so much. I say that just as Keith trims away a tree.
Yeah, I see Karma. I really like the upgradation he's got going on in his base, to be honest with you.
It's looking good.
It is looking very good. A bit better than Keith's at this point.
Keith Shaman getting dizzy again at the same place. Is he able to do his thing?
An earthquake to the defense, and the Sham is still alive.
The hut doesn't go down. Without that puddle there, that would have been a nice, easier way in, but actually looks a bit more challenging now. Oh, and Loothill goes down to an S-click from Dani.
That was a good timed S-click right when he was going up the hill.
And
But
Dani going fuzzy, but it doesn't work out.
He ignored the Fire Warriors and went for the
He just
Shaman.
wanted to get that shaman.
Yeah.
And now Keith goes down as well, giving Karma another opportunity. And Lootill's going to move his forwards. Troops.
Keith's missing 2 Fire Warriors right now in his 2 towers towards the back. So Dani should send help right now.
Neither team has improved the status of their defense. So I wonder who's going to be the first to start pushing their towers forward and holding ground, because at the moment not much has changed in terms of the defensive buildings.
No, I'd like to see some huts and some towers along that mid-strip.
Oh, but Karma fending off the fire warriors, and he's still alive. And I think Dani must have not appreciated how close he was to killing that shaman there.
That's a tough loss, especially considering how many Fire Warriors he sacrificed, and for Karma to walk away.
Loothill still sneaking fire warriors now. I think he's trying to...
I think Green Shaman died to Ghost Army.
Was that... that would make sense, because there was a couple of ghosts over there, and a green shaman, and now there's nothing.
So...
I don't think Keith's having the game of his day.
No, another opportunity for Karma and Loothill.
Oh, and Loothill just not quite able to connect the light there. But can they bring it home this time? Oh, and missing another light by Dani. Everyone's alive here.
Missed lights by everyone. Another earthquake.
Someone wants to bring down that height. Fire warriors coming in. They're not shooting. Interesting. And Karma goes down. Keith goes down. That was an unfortunate S-click.
And they've got Fire Warriors to help them out. Dani's going to have to take down the Fire Warriors and the Shaman.
He'll find his way past Dani Shaman.
The Swarm did not go into the towers for some reason.
That's unfortunate. And another attempt to bring the hill down. Does he get what he's after? I'd say it wasn't too sad. He did damage the towers, but without swarms and a dead shaman, there's the dead shaman. And instead of swarms, he could have the firestorm. Is it worth using those on them fire warriors?
It depends what spells Karma has and if he kills Green Shaman with Firestorm. So potentially. But I think he's going to save it here.
Karma is now pushing forward a bit of defense. But I dare say we'll see more thickening up of the defense from Keith as well. I mean, so far it does feel Loothill and Karma have maintained more control, but the reality is it's a very 50-50 game.
It is. There's been no true separation between the teams right now. Some earthquakes on the defense. The real base is truly behind your reincarnation site, so until you get into that portion, it's not over. You know.
There we go. Dani throws in the earthquake on Loothill's side here.
Oh.
The lava doesn't connect them, but the damage does go through. It looks quite effective for now. Here comes the side.
Another earthquake. There it is. 2 missed lights.
It's a lot of damage for Loothill to take on there straight away. But luckily he didn't really lose much of his population.
No, he didn't.
Which is always a bonus. Keith goes down again to an S-click from Loothill. Keith really not doing his normal shaman carries here.
No, he's not. It's pretty surprising.
Loothill dodging a lie and then finding Dani with another. That was fantastic to see. One thing you do get to see from Loot is some of the most insane S-click connects and dodges.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, and they've got the troops to help them in the base now.
They haven't seen, but if you see Dani, he's also sneaking in a bunch of warriors. And it does look like Blue may have spotted that. No, I don't know if he has. But Dani doesn't want to take any chances.
No, that's a risky move in that situation with 2 shamans within light distance of those warriors if he would send them in.
Karma finds King. Finds Karma.
Dani's going to the tower.
Oh, and Dani finds Loothill. I'll tell you what, they really needed to kind of find that light.
Well aimed light, because that was an important moment right there.
Alright, so now Dani can throw his warriors in. And I wonder this time will they notice?
While controlling his warriors, he didn't notice those fire warriors that just killed his shaman.
Just lost an opportunity, that's such a shame.
Yep. He's gonna sneak the warriors in, but I don't know how much damage they're gonna be able to do if the shamans are coming back quickly.
The warriors are now clearing away the defense. But I think I would have probably tried to spread them out to the huts just to try and cut down that population a little.
Yeah, at this point I think the pop is gonna matter more so than the defense. Because I don't think there's a shaman to capitalize on the defense right now.
Oh, and Karma nearly finding Keith's death, but no, Keith is able to defend against Loothill now.
Loothill's going a long way around, so...
Oh, Karma goes into the drink. What a shame. That puddle has not served him well. Loothill's just going to quickly try and bring down that hill once again. That hill really doesn't want to go down. It wants to stay
No,
up.
it doesn't. I would say at this point a couple of storms. Oh!
And Ghost finds Loothill's shaman. And Dani goes down to fire warriors. I mean, trading here.
Crazy chain of shaman deaths.
I have to say, this game is bringing a lot of entertainment.
Wow. So when do you think is the right time to expand? I mean, I typically see a lot of teams do it in this map. Do you expect either team to expand soon?
I mean, I'm fully expecting Dani to find the time in the next few deaths, I would have thought. I am not sure to see Loothill and Karma go for expand. I think if they see someone expanding, they're going to go as heavy as possible to try and capitalize on the chance.
Yeah, I fully expect Dani to as well, especially since he's the smaller base.
Yeah, for red and yellow, it is very difficult to not just grow your pop, but find time to expand it without costing you, because you're so needed at that front, and everything you've got is so exposed to high risk. There we go, Keith doing his thing. Daddy's down. What's Daddy doing? I think Dani's position could be a little better for him, but...
Yeah, I agree. So...
I would love a pop update. Shall I go and have a look at the graph?
If you could, that would be great. Why don't you update us on the pops? So that'll tell us a lot about the game.
Okay, so in the lead with 140 pop is Karma. In second place is Keith with 122. Then you've got Resurrection at 105, and Loothill has 93.
Okay, so
there isn't much in it in terms of the overall. Karma and Loothill's team are slightly ahead.
I see that early upgrading by Karma's paying off. You know, Loothill just used the Firestorm right there. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think it would have been better used when he had a chance to get further into the base, but we'll see. It did take out 2 huts, it looks like.
There's also something that's got to be said for the first player to cast the Firestorm. If you're the recipient of a Firestorm, whether it's worked out well for them or not, you kind of feel the pressure of, oh, they've got a lot of mana. Whether they have or not, you tend to feel that way. So you kind of adapt your play style, I would think.
That's definitely true. You'll start charging Firestorms even if you don't have them. Oh, Karma! Oh.
Unlucky for Karma, but
He'll still do some damage.
will it take out the 2 large huts? It should.
Yeah. Depending on the placement, but I think it will.
It has. And Blue's warriors are coming in, but Keith's there to fend them off.
And looks like Danny's making the first LBs to expand.
I mean, if I was in Karma's position right now, I would be definitely pushing up the towers. Because the position you've got right now and the wood is pretty strong.
It is. He can bring a lot of that wood to the front and really build a fantastic defense. Looks like Danny went for the side expansion, which actually opens you up to a potential side door down the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most profitable for land to go for the south of your base in this map, but as you said, it's extremely high risk for a side door from red. It's not so easy to defend as your land is a lot flat around there. You've got a core there, so there's no towers going in there. Exactly. It could really change the course of the game if you get sided there. Keith goes down to a nice click. It wasn't an S click, but that was a very nice shot. Karma also finding Danny.
Wow. The Shaman duels have definitely went to Karma and Loothill this game so far.
And the timing of the warriors here from Loothill is perfect, and it's just allowing Karma to walk right in.
Wow, Karma with another Firestorm.
That pushes Keith's Shaman back, but he's walking towards the Shaman. He's still alive. Keith with the land bridge. I think that's going to work against him. No, not too bad. But Karma's still alive. Somehow managing to cling onto life here. And he runs away here. That's... I mean, not the most damage that could have been done for the cost, but it certainly keeps the pressure on.
It does, and the fact that a Shaman is still alive and potentially be able to help Loothill now.
Exactly that. It makes you think twice about what you can repair and what you have to do to defend in your time. But Karma does go down. Oh, and Loothill is able to get it done with Keith at least.
And I think Keith is the one with the spells, so...
At this point, for sure. I mean, the pop lead that Keith's got over Danny would suggest that he's quite powerful right now. We haven't seen many cast spells from Keith. Oh, and Danny finds a land bridge.
He does.
Is he able to cling to life? I think he might be able to. And he was very, very close to saying goodbye.
He saved himself twice, once with that land bridge and once with the swarm. Wow, Well then.
Right, Karma coming up for another attempt at bringing down that hill.
Not much more
No.
successful either.
If it had cut, that would have worked out fantastically. Keith
Alright.
finds fulfillment. And once again, we see Loot Hill up against both Shaman here.
He's got enough lights to do it, so...
No, he's still in there. Okay, so he's traded with Karma this time, allowing Keith to see what he wants to be able to achieve here.
Yeah, I think just Earthquake.
Yeah.
Break the defense down a little bit. And this is the first time I think Keith is really attacking it in quite a while. First opportunity.
And his warriors are really helping Keith just maintain control of that middle hill here.
Absolutely.
It's not much of a hill, but it's very important for this map.
It is. If you look at it, Red's side looks a little bit vulnerable. Two land bridges in, you're almost into his base.
So Loot Hill also has expanded. He's managed to find an extra 2 huts for 3 land bridges. I just wanted to say that because it's fun.
See that? Yeah, you're better off going straight to the back of your base as Red. So both teams knowing the importance of expansion, because you have plenty of wood in the late game to build if you have the land.
I mean, we are now 25 minutes into this game, and still I would say that the Loot Hill Karma team have held more control throughout the game, but it still stands at anybody's game.
It absolutely does.
Neither team has really shown any dominance.
No, and this map, you know, you can get a strong defense, so it is tough to crack the shell, so to say, and get off a powerful attack. But with the pops continuing to grow, I expect there to be a lot more spells thrown around.
He's gone into the tower. He's noticed Loot Hill's going around the outside. Karma and Dani still having a fight on the inside. Loot Hill's coming back now, and Keith is just sitting in that tower. He is eagle-eyeing the enemy shaman right now. Oh, and Karma throws down the firestorm.
That is a Dani defensive firestorm.
Oh, and Loot Hill finds the water.
Oh.
Okay, so this could hurt, as Dani's warriors and Keith could find their way in here.
Oh, he gets the shaman.
Karma down.
Oh, Loot Hill's got warriors to defend.
Fortunately for Keith, he's not gone to go and support against the warriors, and it does look like Loot Hill will capitalise and take the victory on there.
Yep.
That is very unfortunate for Dani. And let's see if Keith can take out enough towers to make it worthwhile. I'd say not so much.
No, and the shaman goes into the water.
It was an attack that cost you. You know, that's one of the things about Populous. Sometimes an attack, it can work against you. You can cost too much of your power and not do enough damage, and really it works against you in the long run.
It certainly can. And if you look now, the most open part of the bases is now right down the middle, rather than the sides.
Oh, and if only Loot Hill found that connect, he could have made a game-deciding move. I mean, at that point, that's probably a wise decision.
It is, because I'm assuming... oh. A well-aimed light by Loot Hill. And...
I mean, even just tearing up that defense right now, I mean, I don't see how that benefits to attack, but it does keep pressure on.
It does. And at this point, with your mana is strong enough, you can afford to throw a couple spells around.
And Karma's letting Dani know, look, I'm over here. Leave my ally alone. Come and defend. But Dani's like, nope, I'm not going to call your bluff. I'm just going to do what I can. Have fun. So the trade is on here. Again, Karma's trying to take down that hill. He doesn't like it.
Judging by the damage, I'm thinking...
Dani has pushed back. And finally, they've gotten rid of that hill.
Absolutely. I think that's some good earthquakes and a good exchange by Dani.
So the game has now opened up and pulled back. The middle is anybody's to claim at the moment. Karma has been doing a really good job at avoiding lights this game.
He certainly has. Keith gets him there.
I mean, it was always expected, and is anybody else freezing?
I am frozen. I'm unfroze now. I'm assuming that was a spike from Loothill's side. And another leg spike. I hope Loothill's not lagging like that in the actual game.
Yeah, it can be very distracting, and in the wrong moment can really impact their decision of a game.
It really could. Well, Loothill was quick to resurrect a defense, so he's got...
It would be nice to see if Karma or Loothill, or even both of them, could expand for the additional training huts. Because at this point, they're losing a lot of troops, and they're after a lot more than they can produce.
They are, and as we're speaking, Dani's making quite a bit of land, plenty for some extra training huts, for both himself and Keith.
Loothill's doing the same for him and Keith, him and Karma. So maybe not quite as much land, but we could start to see the training huts that I was hoping to see.
Yeah, I think 2 warriors is a must on this map.
Keith goes down, and that front line is now in the hands of Karma. Dani's warriors constantly finding little things just to break down on the side here.
Yeah, he's certainly keeping that middle wide open.
Absolutely.
We haven't really seen a serious attempt through the long way around by either team ever since the side doors open.
I think in Loothill's head, and here we go with another freeze, he wants to see a bit more mana. I think as soon as he's able to charge up a volcano, which I dare say he'll be looking at in the next 5 minutes, once he's got that spell, he's going to open up with troops on the side, probably. Or they could continue to push forward here and he won't have to look at those sorts of spells.
Okay, we just seen Dani fall in the water. And it appears Loothill's casting a firestorm as we speak. I think that's a kind of a premature firestorm cast. May have been able to use more effectively with those swarms. But we'll see what happens.
Loothill.
Oh, that...
On that hut.
Looks like he'll be able to cast out of range.
That could be something very devastating for Dani. I would say it could have been worse, but right now, yeah, Danny and Karma, Loothill and Karma are both really hammering away now.
They certainly are. Now they're getting attacks that are gonna hurt. And Loothill's got warriors chewing up Green's huts right now.
If Karma gets Keith here, which he hasn't done, but he has got the earthquake down. And he has taken out the Shaman.
That's big.
Things are looking very interesting. Loothill managing to fend off the Fire Warriors, trying to take him out.
And he's going to have the advantage against Danny's Shaman here. He's got the height.
He hasn't got the light.
No, he doesn't, but he's got the earthquake.
And down goes another medium hut, and another medium hut burnt down. This is looking, for the first time in the game, like a very dominating position. I mean, it's not unheard of to come back from this position.
No, it's not, especially since Keith still has got to have a pretty big population. I think it's going to be up to him to do some damage to the other team now.
If you look into Keith's base, he has indeed made another 2 Fire Warrior huts. So he's desperately trying to get the force he needs to change the outcome of this situation. I mean, he's made the warrior huts, but he hasn't started training them.
No, and he's going to need as many troops as he can get his hands on right now in order to turn this tide. Because he's hurting for troops right now, badly.
Keith now putting the warriors into training.
He gets Blue Shaman, which was a necessity at this point. But not before Blue gets another earthquake off.
Interesting now, Keith is using 2 of his warrior huts to train out of the 3 he has. I'm not sure how he's done that. Oh, he's only using 1 of them. I mean, they needed that. And that has actually gone. That was a perfect clearing.
Fantastic earthquake. And his Shaman is still alive to defend, which is another necessity at this point.
Between green and yellow Shaman right now, I would be bringing as much wood as I can, secure as many towers as I can, and build that as my new base at the front. Because that's where you need to be holding from.
You want to be pushed up as far as possible in a situation like this.
Keith goes down. He is only using 2 of his warrior huts, curiously. I wonder if he realizes he has a 3rd.
Perhaps not. I'm not sure he would have built 3 if he knew he had 2 already.
Yellow goes down and Karma's now approaching. Loothill's about to get in.
This could certainly... Well...
He doesn't have any swarms there, that's unfortunate, but... Does he get the warriors? He does. The large hut goes down.
At this point, chipping away is all they need to do.
Come on, Karma. That's exactly what we need to see. I'm not so sure about the 2nd earthquake. Luke, Dice, what do you think?
Did he earthquake the Fire Warriors? Well...
he did. He took out 4 Fire Warriors for his trouble.
I think he's got the mindset of, we can afford it more than you can.
That's absolutely true.
So, and who knows, at this... You might not get that close to a base again, so he's going to use all the spells he has every time.
Right, I think we need a pop update, guys. So, in the lead we have, well, Karma and Loothill both have 138 pop. And Resurrection is sitting at 95, and Keith has 85. So there is a just over 100 pop lead in Karma Loothill's favour.
That's very significant.
It is indeed.
100 pop is going to be tough to come back from. Karma must be burning through the troops, though, because his pop should be a little bit higher based on just looking at his base.
Yeah, but if you look at his base, Loot Hill's got all upgraded huts, but the front of Karma's is mostly empty small huts. So they're probably producing about the same. I mean, they certainly have
That's
the same
true.
pop stuff.
Well, Karma's gonna have a chance here to do some damage to yellow. Oh, Danny with some nice fire warrior pushes. They'll hopefully give him enough time to get his shaman back and ready to defend. At this point, a firestorm would be devastating.
I mean, Danny keeping up with the Warriors on that far side. He's trying to chip away. I mean, it's not like they're backing down. They're not just defending themselves. They are trying to find a way in.
They certainly are. And I'm sure Keith, if he's got the opportunity, he's going to have the spells. So they know they got to
I wouldn't put it past Keith to find a way in. That's what he does. He does find ways into your base. But
I would love to see them.
Position,
You know, Keith's got an opening if he land bridges. I think Danny sees it. He might land bridge right up to Yellow's huts there.
and then it might be Keith's job just to keep Little Hill Shaman back here. Does Karma find... Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, a nice earthquake. And,
but Karma recovers that height advantage.
He does. They retain that.
The trouble is, though, troops can still now walk quite quickly into his base, but there is a very narrow gap for them to do so. So, funneling a few fire warriors there would keep that quite secure.
So here's the counter attack that they needed.
And I've frozen once again.
I have as well. Let's hope the game recovers.
I haven't come back.
I have as well. So we'll see if Blue Hill goes to defend the Shaman here or straight to attack.
I mean, they're pushing everything they can at the front. Keith going down there, that is going to hurt. Because the numbers of troops are just not matching. They're not able to keep as many troops as they need, I think. But Danny's there. I mean, can Danny keep their position?
I think they can. His blue is not going to challenge it. He's making land. What do you think about that, Thunder? Is it a wise decision to make land right now, or would you keep the push on?
Oh, you have to keep the push on. You need to be repairing everything at the front. You need to place more towers, and you need to keep pushing troops forward. Warriors in front of your fire warriors, just to clear all those troops that yellow and green have got at your front there. Because you're at the home advantage, you can easily push that back.
They can, and he's going to take an earthquake, at least to an earthquake.
You know, and you didn't need to take that earthquake. You should have been able to push forward. But saying that, Loot Hill looks like he's about to decide the game. If Keith doesn't get the kill here, with Danny Shaman all the way over on blue side, it just takes Keith Shaman to go down, and I think we have a decision. Keith's still alive. Keith goes down. Danny is not coming to save the day, and even if he does, I think it's too late. I believe we have our decision. He's
got 4 swarms. That should be enough to get him right into the base.
Exactly where he needs to be.
Yep.
That's. If there is a recovery from this, it's going to be because Danny got a volcano in Karma's base. Let's quickly look at the duel. Right, Danny goes down. The warriors are in his base. And Loot Hill Shaman dies, but that's not really a concern to Loot Hill right now.
I think that's going to be the deciding attack. Keith ignoring the warriors. He cannot afford to do that.
Keith has got enough warriors to maybe send them home. Because with the fire warriors in support around the base, just Keith hasn't sent them.
Danny...
There is the support in the base available, and Keith's now sending the warriors over.
Oh, but...
Danny might want to send the fire warriors as well, just to keep those warriors alive.
Red's not spreading the warriors.
He is now.
He is now.
Danny, you want to be using your fire warriors just to help green clear those, but okay, Keith has got the better of them.
So Danny saved his pop, but I don't know how much that matters in this map, as the troops are going to come
It's
into
a
play.
trooping map.
Yep. You won't be able to take down all the troops.
Been pushed into Keith's base and doesn't deliver an attack. Danny saves him at the very last second.
That's a moment where you have to have your spells selected. Danny desperately trying to defend from both shamans here. He's going to need a little help from Keith.
Yeah, Loothill goes down, but not after showing off the mana he can throw away. Yeah, all the expense on the front of yellow and red's base, it hasn't really buckled them at all.
It hasn't paid off, and there's not an easy opportunity to counter-strike right now, either counter-attack. You know, if Keith had spells, which I'm not sure he does.
So what do you think, Ice, is the key component to pulling off victory on this map?
Well, I think it's first it comes down to managing your wood properly. If you can't do that, you're not going to win on the map. And then second off is making the correct trades. If you have a strong defense and you see an opening in your opponent, you know, you can take an attack and go around the long way. I think that's what makes the difference, and that's what Loothill did. He knew he had a defense, so he ignored both the shamans and attacked yellow.
Yeah, and it made a massive difference.
It certainly did. While they spent their spells on the front, Loothill was able to get straight into the back of yellow.
And look, once again, the land of cannon fodder doing what it's supposed to, taking all the spells away from their opponents and keeping the base nice and secure. I mean, I would like to see a recovery. There is a load of healthy land at the front of both Keith and Danny's base. It's not impossible. They are trying. Their troop production has halted, and I'm not seeing any building.
No, I think
Although
Keith's got to lay down as many hut plans as he can right now, and tower plans, if he plans to recover. You know, one thing I would have liked to see more is getting a bit more creative with LB during these attacks. They've definitely seemed content on just earthquaking the defense and trying to push it back that way, but I think
Danny should be focusing his warriors just to help Keith's shaman here. Instead he's chasing the side again.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if he realizes, but Karma's going to go and take those out, no problem. But Danny finally getting in here. He's finding the huts, the earliest huts of loot, taking out a fair chunk of his pop, but
for the most part, the front of base, the front huts are gone. But once he gets those towers repaired, there's still going to be a defense there.
Yeah, and Red's finding more ways to throw troops into Keith here.
Yeah, at this point, you know, it pays for them to be as open as possible. And he is sneaking a good chunk of warriors straight into Keith's base. Wow. And Keith's shaman is in the mid.
And those warriors just going around looking for Braves. They're not even taking buildings out. They don't care about the buildings. They're just looking for pop. Let me just stop Keith Shaman in his tracks. Let me make him run out of mana.
Who's gonna follow the warrior attack up with some
Mana.
spells here? I think this is certainly the end. There's no coming back from this.
Not at this point. No, there was no land recovered in the middle, and I think that was the only thing they had left going for them. They didn't pull that off, so inevitably they have buckled again. And
Keith's got no more.
I don't see how they could recover from this point. I think that is a decision.
The training huts are gone on Green's side. Even if he was to kill the warriors, you know, it'd be a while till he trains again.
A very good game from everyone involved.
Absolutely. It wouldn't have lasted as long as it did if it was one-sided, so...
I would say we didn't see the normal Keith. I think he is probably sleep deprived.
I agree with that. It definitely was not his strongest game. I played him
Yeah,
with him on this map,
see a lot
and
more dominance from his shaman.
Yes. We were missing that usual Keith shaman dominance.
Exactly that. But it was a very good game. It was very interesting to see how everyone would clash here. I didn't think it would be guessed. I could have guessed who was going to win. Until you saw the strength in the first attack, I guess, from Karma and Loothill. They did seem to have more of an edge throughout the game. So it's not really a surprise that they pulled it off.
I agree.
I think they overwhelmed us with troops. They had constant troops coming at us, and we did not have enough troops.
Welcome, Keith. I see you attempted to remedy that late in the game, but
yeah, I did. I think I should have done it way earlier, though. I told Danny. I think once we did that, we started like I noticed Karma started really struggling. He didn't have much pop. He was the one that was sending tons of troops. I should have done it earlier.
I mean, it was a good game to watch. You guys all did pretty well. If you'd have taken up the middle ground with buildings, and yes, with the troops earlier, maybe you could have changed the result, because it was anybody's game, I think.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Well, a few more Braves left, and that'll be it.
So for the next stage in the tournament, it will be our tournament leaders picking their team for the 2 to play a 2 vs 3 and a team for their 2 vs 2 map. It will be, I believe, is Keith's team the lowest ranked team in the tournament, and will they be forcing their 3-player team for the next game?
That they will be the lowest ranked, and I believe we have a tie for second as far as points go.
So the tie for second need to submit their 2 team and their 3 team, and then they will be playing in the next round in a 2v2 to decide who will be defending a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer. Which brings us to the second stage, round 3 of the tournament. So that's this. Oh, can I have copy, please? No, I think all 4 players can hold their heads high and say they gave it a good game.
I agree.
I think the man of the match, based on my opinion of surprising me in their performance this game, would have been Karma. I think he did put on a good show. He normally I would feel, struggle in an environment like this. I would expect, but he didn't.
I agree. He played very well.
He did. So, I mean, I expected Loothill to play well. I expected Danny to play well. I expected a little more from Keith. But Karma, I think, was, in my opinion, my player of the match.
I agree with that consensus, especially since I don't think he's even played a lot of games on this map.
Sure.
So, certainly deserving. Well, good game, everyone. We'll see you in the next round of the tournament.